I'm Andrew Keegan from 10 Things I Hate About You, and I'm next on Loveline. Yeah, or coming up next.
Loveline is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content.
Loveline. Viewer discretion advised.
Hey, welcome to Loveline! Tonight's special guest, Andrew Keegan. I am Diane Farr, and here are the boys, Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
I wasn't sure if I was supposed to talk. You don't think I was supposed to tuck my shirt in, do you?
No, I like that way.
Is that right?
Yep.
If
Can
there's
we
a
talk about
belt, I
something
tuck my shirt in.
except Adam's clothing? Can we come here
All right,
some night and
I'll
not
tell you what
talk
I want
about
to talk. I
your
want to talk about the hood of your car, Drew,
I know.
which still has the
I know that
scuff on it.
bothers you. I know.
Uh-oh.
And Drew's such a wuss. That's what really bothers me. I noticed we were doing the radio show a couple nights ago. I walked in. I noticed a big black scuff on Drew's beautiful new car, right on the hood.
Yeah.
Drew doesn't notice it because he walks with blinders. He thinks
busy.
about opera and medicine, and he doesn't even look at the hood of his car. But I examine Drew's car before I head in.
Perfect.
Put my thumb in the exhaust pipe. It's kind of like a rectal exam. So I noticed there's a scuff in the hood. So I called Drew out there. I got a scuff in the hood. Drew starts panicking, almost starts crying. I have to console him. He loves the car. But it's nothing.
It's nothing. Yeah.
So I said, "Listen, you get a little wax, you rub it out." Drew says, "I'll have the guy do it." I said, "Drew, just get some damn wax and rub your hood out." "I don't know. I don't know if I have wax," he tells me. "You don't have wax in your garage, you wusser?" Can you believe that this guy's such a prima donna? He came to take a little wax and rub it on a small spot on his hood?
You know what?
He's
You know
going to get
what?
the guy to do it?
Our guest today is Andrew Keegan. He's going to be in a movie called They Could Be About Our Relationship.
Taming of the... Well, no, that's not...
10 Things I Hate About You.
Yes, thank you. Very smooth.
Let's move on, shall we?
I'm trying to grow you a sack. That's all I'm doing. All right. What are we going to do? We're going to go to the audience, take some questions. We're going to go to the phones, take some questions. We're going to use the Via TV phone. We send it out. They plug it in. We can see them when we're talking to them. Take some questions. Drew, you're going to go in the audience and do something?
Something.
Rub something out of something?
Just give it a
Perhaps Andrew Keegan will be here, as we just mentioned. Diane Farr's here. I got so caught up in Drew's automotive problems, I forgot to introduce Diane. And we're going to start by speaking to Jordan, who's on the phone. Jordan,
Yeah.
what's going on there?
All right. Here's the deal. I love sucking on my girl's nipples. I love it. I love them. But till about a month or two ago, she started on a new pill, and it kind of leaves like a taste of onions in my mouth afterwards, and it's a big turn-off. So my question is, how can she get rid of the smell or taste or, you know, what it is?
Did you tell her that she tastes like onions?
Yeah, we talked about it.
And how'd she take that?
Well, she tried to do it herself, and she's real insecure about it now.
Oh, that's nice of you there. Good move.
Well, Drew, what would make the breast...
That's totally ridiculous.
I mean, maybe it's
wouldn't?
sometimes medication, when it's circulating in the body, gives people sort of a medicine-y kind of smell. And I never heard of the birth control doing this. What pill is it she's on?
I think she just started Marset. Something like that.
Never heard of that one. But all right, but look, it may not have.
You never heard of that one?
I think he's saying it wrong.
He's saying something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a little green box. I don't know what.
Demulin?
It's
That
like
narrows it down.
Guys,
That's right.
Oh, it doesn't come in one of the big jumbo crates? Now you get like a crowbar and open the birth control package? Guys describing their women's medications like women describing automotive problems. I mean, it's like there's something that gets lost every time.
I don't know, Jordan. I don't know what this is. If it's related to the change of the medication, it's not indicative of anything important. That's what you got to know. And you've
But
already
like
what?
It really turns me it's hard to get it out of my mouth. I gotta,
How do you
brush
know
my
this isn't
teeth.
something that she's diabolically devised to get you away from her a little
How do
bit?
you know
This
that-
all bothers her.
How do you
that
know
you're-
this isn't what you ate for lunch and you're just tasting
Yeah, maybe you
it in
just
your mouth?
belched up a corn dog or something, and you're getting some kind of.
Well, we're pretty active. I mean, like 3-4 times a day.
Well,
And
maybe
so, like, I
she's-
definitely notice that something different goes on. You know.
Do you
but,
like onions?
Hell no.
No?
way. No.
Okay. Well, then you're really screwed.
Why don't you just lay off her breasts until this passes, and maybe it'll just go like it came, because it doesn't sound like it's even feasible.
Well,
Hey, hold on. Do you perform oral sex on her?
Oh yeah.
All right. Now, nothing's worse than that, right? I mean, please,
That was
I've
my
had
joke.
enough. If you can get down there, any guy spent any time down there knows that a little onion flavor on the skin is nothing compared to that. Please. Rachel.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Last weekend, I was fooling around with my boyfriend, and I noticed that his penis was peeling, kind of like when you have a sunburn. And he's cheated on me before, and I just wanted to know if his peeling penis means he might be doing something sneaky again.
I got a theory.
I can't wait.
Well, you know how snakes shed their skin?
Sure.
Maybe.
Well, that's what he said.
Oh,
But I
really?
don't think so. Yeah.
He said that he was molting.
He said he was growing. It was growing. But he said that it's happened before.
Sure.
He said it's happened before, but that was after he cheated on me.
Does he have any problem like herpes or anything of that sort?
No, I don't think so. He also said that he had masturbated with shampoo, and he thought that maybe it dried it out
Oh,
or
yeah.
something.
See, when I masturbate, I'll use Pert. That way I don't have to mess with the conditioner and the shampoo. I just knock it all out with the one bottle.
Perfect.
It's not crucial when you're at home, but when you like to masturbate at the gym and you're a guy on the go, I should do a commercial.
Oh, please.
First
That'd
of
be
all,
nice.
Rachel, you understand that you're dating a slob. If he's cheating on you and you're worrying about the fact that
Well, it was a long time ago, and we've kind of reconciled and everything, but it just looked really weird. And like when I tried to peel it off, it wasn't like a coating or anything. I mean, it was his skin, real skin, and like there were droplets on his penis when I pulled the skin off of blood.
Yeah.
Oh, blood.
Did he go tanning or something?
No, he definitely didn't.
Let me
go
just,
any-
sometimes when people get herpes, it can be tiny vesicles that coalesce and create little sheets that can sort of peel off. But you would see a sort of a red base. Is it sort of normal skin underneath what's peeling?
Yeah, it's completely normal, and it's mostly like right under his head.
Is
All
he-
right. Here's the way I'd like to put this. There's certain things that seem as if skin conditions, it seemed as if they'd almost just sort of landed there and are resting. And then there are other conditions that seem to have to be plugged in, like they got a supply. They got like blood going to them. You know what I
What
mean?
the hell is he talking about?
Here's what I'm saying. There's certain stuff that just looks like you spilled something on yourself and it's dried. And then there's other stuff where you keep peeling it back and it has a blood supply. It's attached to something.
There's tissue
Herpes
underneath.
is going to feel like there's a supply going
Right.
to it.
It's not just
Whereas
the
if
top
he
layer of skin
messed
coming
with
out.
the Prel
Right.
in a wrong way, that would just be something sort of topical.
Basically the top
Wouldn't
layer.
be coming from within. It'd be
Right,
from the
that's the
top
blood.
kind
I
of going
see.
down.
Well, would it be
Okay.
attached to his skin?
Yeah,
Like attached
Rachel,
to it?
here's the deal. Unfortunately, when I talk to people on telephones in this kind of environment, it's extremely difficult to make any sort of evaluation of a skin problem. Somebody who knows what they're looking at has to actually see it, or somebody who knows how to describe it has to be able to describe it to somebody else. It doesn't sound like anything you should be worried about. It may just be him desquamating for some irritation, something of that sort. Doesn't necessarily mean he cheated, but I do suggest, because I can't tell what this is, that a dermatologist take a look at this, okay?
Okay.
When your boyfriend has a medical problem that you then relate to cheating,
I
your
know.
relationship probably isn't that good anyway.
Yeah, she's what, 19 or something?
Yeah. And listen, let me tell you the warning, the big problem with the shampoo. A lot of guys have experienced
Please,
firsthand.
enlighten us.
Firsthand, the heartache of masturbating with shampoo. For me, it's not the acidity in the shampoo. It's very sharp around the opening, and sometimes when you're entering the bottle, you can get caught.
Do not try this at home.
No.
Let's introduce our guest.
All right. Got a Disney movie coming out. real soon called 10 Things I Hate About You. Andrew Keegan is here.
How you doing? Cool.
This,
Wow. Thank you for that introduction right off of that call.
oh, yeah. Oh, they all come off something weird. Drew, you'll like this 10 Things I Hate About You because it's sort of a takeoff on Taming of the Shrew, which I know is something, Drew, you're into Shakespeare, right?
I like that, yeah.
Have you read Taming of the Shrew?
I thought he was going to make a different joke entirely at you there, but
Does it rhyme with shrew?
no. Taming of the Shrew is about the love of the character's life is a shrew.
I've never read one Shakespeare play ever.
Imagine
I don't know
that.
what any of them are about.
I'm shocked.
They banned it from North Hollywood High during the years I was going there.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of Shakespeare stuff right now, but this one is a comedy. It's basically a love story in high school, and I think it's going to be really, really good. Should definitely check it out.
And
Is this sort of like a modernization, like the way there's the Romeo and
Clueless.
Juliet?
I think
It wasn't. No, it's not like Romeo and Juliet where they use the same language. This is like a modern
Take on.
adaptation.
Nice.
So it's like regular high school, and everything's pretty much normal.
and what character do you play?
Well, I play the bad guy. I pay my friend to go out with
Who's the bad guy in Taming of the Shrew? Do you know?
I don't
like the
remember.
bad
I don't
husbands.
remember either.
Okay, well, it's really
Kate
like
is the shrew.
Kate is
That's all
a
I
shrew.
remember.
Well, I pay a guy to go out with Kate, which is and so that I can date her younger sister. That makes sense. You just have to see the movie.
Well, that sounds
Very-
like a
very
nice
confusing.
Disney theme.
Yeah.
Someone has herpes. They don't want you to find out. They pay this beard to go out with the sister so he can bang around with the younger sister.
But he can now
who's
relate to some of our
underage.
callers. I mean,
Yeah,
think about
exactly.
It, so it's
Exactly.
perfect.
All right, we're going to go to the Wall of Shame. We'll speak to David. David is 18. David sits before it. David.
Hi.
Hey.
Every time I have sex, well, I've been sexually active for about a month, and every time I have sex, I can never complete an orgasm. I even have to fake this. Why is this?
You have to fake the orgasm.
Yeah.
You've been sexually active for the first time in your life for the past month?
Yes.
What's your nationality? I mean, your penis's nationality. I mean, what does it like, men or women?
It likes women.
Likes women?
Yeah.
But you like
definitely.
guys? No. You cannot complete the orgasm, and do you masturbate?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Yes.
And how's that?
Perfect, I guess.
That's good? No problems there?
Everything come out okay?
Yeah.
You're not on medication,
Nope.
and you've these relationships, have they been stable, long-standing, one-night stands? What kind of relationships have they been?
I guess they've been more like one-night stands. I've
Right.
only had sex about maybe 3 times.
Okay, I mean, people, particularly men, when they're in situations that doesn't allow them to feel comfortable, there can be various kinds of interruption of normal sexual functioning, whether it's a delay of ejaculation or erectile difficulty, these sorts of things. Really, the first order of business for you is to develop a relationship, which is the idea where sexuality is
And
supposed
this
to go.
one-night business isn't working. You have to pay someone for the week
right.
so you can really work
The
on
point
it
is-
for a while.
And I would actually abandon the faking thing also. That
Oh, of course.
If you wait and you get into a relationship and you start to wait until you're comfortable, you will actually start to orgasm.
And I always thought you said guys couldn't fake.
I'm still not sure. Well, with technology the way it is today, prosthetic devices, hidden cavities, whatnot, who knows what the hell this guy's pulling off.
So is it kind of like just because he's getting nervous because he doesn't know these girls very well?
I think
So
I think
And also, I got 2 quick thoughts. One is you need to, whatever you do masturbating, get in that position when you're with the woman because that's what you're used to and that's what works for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, because we've gone into this before.
Yeah.
The other one is it just sort of reminds me of, I used to teach boxing, and then you hold these gloves where the guys punch the gloves, and I try to get guys to home for me too, but there's only one guy who could do it because when you got a new guy to do it, you'd punch and he'd be scratching his head and you'd swing and you'd miss, and it was like completely ungratifying unless you could really work it out with the same person for a number of weeks. And sex sometimes the same way. You got to work out a little rhythm. You got to figure out what works for both of you. And if you just keep shifting from partner to partner to partner, you're going to throw your elbow out. Right, Drew?
Exactly.
Sure, Adam, exactly.
All right, David.
Thanks a lot.
that's great.
Tammy is on the phone. Tammy's 26. Tammy?
Hi.
Hey.
My ex-fiance cheated on me with my stepsister, and now they're married.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he calls me up like 50 times a day saying that he loves me and he wants to have sex with me.
Ugh.
When I tell my mother about this, she argues with her husband about this, saying my stepsister's telling him that I'm the one that's calling him, I'm the one that wants to have sex with him. Did I tell my stepsister that he's the one that's calling me and wanting sex from me in order for him to stop?
No, you need to go to Jerry Springer.
Yeah, someone's going to get hit with a chair. That's all I know. All right, Tammy, we're going to take a break, and then we'll all jump in and figure out what you did to your life after this. And Drew will go the other.
If you have a question for Loveline, you can call us 24 hours a day. 323-520-LOVE. Long distance charges may apply.
I do, but no one else does. We don't get hot, so don't worry. Hey, more Loveline with Andrew Keegan from 10 Things I Hate About You. New Disney film coming out real soon. Drew's in the audience.
story.
You're gonna add
You
an
started
11.
this thing tonight.
All right, just quiet down. I'll take that mic away from you. Tammy's on the phone. What the hell? Tammy, line 8? Tammy?
Hello?
Okay, so you're fixing to get married, and then your fiancé started screwing around with your stepsister.
Yes.
Now they're married.
Yes.
And now he's calling you.
Yes.
Is
And
it
he's
shocking to you that a guy that would behave like that with you would behave like that with somebody else?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Are you shocked at his behavior?
Oh, I was, yeah. I left him for it.
Yeah, I mean initially, but how surprising is it that this eel has bent around again and is coming your direction?
Well, I mean, it's...
What they're trying to say is you picked a guy that was abusive to begin with, so just who he's abusing really doesn't matter. It will always be someone.
Yeah, he's very abusive. That's like, you know, one of the other reasons why I left him, too.
Right. So
More abuse. I would call this abuse.
What's your dilemma?
Well, he keeps... Sorry?
Are you trying to decide whether or not you should talk to your sister about it?
All right, let's hear it from the audience. If that's the question, let's hear what people have to say.
All right.
I think that since they totally stabbed you in the back in the first place, you should just let it go and let them deal with it.
Good.
Yeah, I've tried that.
What do you tried that?
But
what do you mean you tried that? What does that mean?
Oh, well, I tried, like, just ignoring the whole situation and putting them on call blocker and stuff like that, and then they come over. When they're fighting and stuff, he comes over here and puts his phone number in chalk in my driveway and everything and comes banging at my door at all hours of the night.
Well, the answer is no. Turn him away. That's it, period. Boom, he's gone.
Does your stepsister know, though, that he's doing this to you, that he's calling you?
Well, he's telling her that I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And I'm, you know, he's the one that's coming over here and telling...
All right, hold on. Another comment. Hold on.
I think you just need to get rid of the guy because obviously he doesn't love you at all. And if you want to have a good relationship with your sister at all and stay together as a family, you just need to get rid of him because family love is stronger than anybody getting in your way. Thanks.
Get back over here, Drew, where I can punch you. Tammy.
Yes.
This whole thing's a disaster.
Yes, it is.
I would kick. You should kick your dad in the. You should.
It's my stepfather.
You kick everyone in the except for me. I mean, this thing's a disaster. And listen, stop externalizing. There's a reason this guy keeps coming around. You did something. You found him in the first place.
Well,
it's all about you.
She's not turning him away. You must.
You're not doing a good job.
Absolute structure to bear. Anything you say. Your sister
we're constantly arguing.
Listen, don't interact with him. Don't interact with him. He's out of your life. His behavior, anything you do is going to make you look guilty in the eyes of your sister. You've got to turn him away. No phone calls, no communication. You've got to cut him out of your life, if it even includes getting a restraining order.
That's what I have on him.
How does he communicate with him? How does he communicate with you?
He just comes over. And
Then
when,
you have a restraining order. You call the police, Tammy.
That's what I do, but he leaves before they get here.
All right, then they should go after him.
Yes.
And shoot him.
He should be.
I'm serious. I'm tired of the cops being some sort of marital counselors with badges. I've had enough. I want cops when I'm in charge. I was just telling the Culver City. Was I not telling the Culver City PD department this last night?
Yes.
Last night I told those cops, listen, when I'm in charge, you guys get silencers. Okay? All right, and the third domestic dispute you show up to in 6 months at the same address, you put everyone down.
Perfect.
And by the way, I'm just warning you, when I'm in charge, you see the cops screwing on the silencer, that's a bad sign. Oh, I'm just tired of it. Listen, you drama queen, get out of this whole thing. Stop pulling it in. You guys hear this? She needs the drama. She's got to have it going on. God knows she's probably got a couple of kids who are getting sucked into this cesspool. Stop it. If you don't want it, stop it.
Thank you.
All right.
Let's go to the Easy Bake Oven. Stephanie.
Hi.
Hey.
My family has always been very close, and my brother moved away about 5 years ago. Over the summer, he got married, and at the same time, I started dating someone new. Now my mom is calling my boyfriend by my brother's name. She bakes him cookies and invites him to sleep over if he wants to sleep in my brother's room. I think she's having some separation issues with my brother, but it's making my boyfriend very uncomfortable to come over.
Wow, she's very polite, Stephanie.
Are you sure this is just the way she thinks? Is your brother the same age as your boyfriend, roughly?
Yeah.
And is this the way she treats your brother?
Yes.
Maybe this is just the way she thinks
treat
boys.
all people this way.
Yeah, or men this age.
Wait a minute, Mom is saying have a sleepover here
it's
if you want?
spend the night and stay in Jim's room, whoever the brother's name is.
Yeah, but does your mom call your boyfriends with your brother's name on purpose or by accident?
I'm not sure. They look a whole lot alike, and they kind of act alike, and so she always says, my brother's name is Tom, and she says, oh, Tom, I made you some cookies. Oh, I'm sorry, that's right, your name's Matt, I know that bothers you. And we've talked about it before, and it's uncomfortable.
When she says, I know that bothers you, do you hear violence go, huh, huh, huh? And then they zoom in on her face?
Is there somebody in the shower at your house?
Yeah, but I'm from a movie. Well, wait a minute. Let me say something, because this happens to me all the time. Here's what happens. When you think of a person a certain way, you react, and that's what happens.
Yes.
I call people I argue with Drew.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
My girlfriend will be rambling on about something, the chicks with the rambling. And I'll be listening, and I'll go, oh, Drew, with you. And then because the emotion to argue struck me, and so the word Drew came out. I'm so constantly yelling at Drew to shut up, or he's an idiot. I do that. I yell Drew at people all the time.
That's right. Listen, I yell, my kids get two names come out before the right name.
Right.
You just when you're relating in a certain way with a certain age group, with a certain kind of emotional content, this happens.
But the way it sounds like the mother's saying, it's almost like she wishes that her daughter's boyfriend is the brother.
Postulating that maybe she's separation anxiety. And I'm sure there is some of that true, but it's not as though this is some bizarre, out of context behavior.
I'm just trying to make it more comfortable for him to come over. I'm trying to make more comfortable so that we can all get along.
Why don't you just have a talk with your mom? Say, Tom is not Matt. It bothers him a little bit. Could you please, write it down on your hand or something?
Why are you living at home, Stephanie?
I'm kind of in between apartments for the next few months.
Well, maybe until you move out of your house, your boyfriend shouldn't spend so much time in your mother's home. That might be just the easiest way to deal with it, because I'm with you that it's a little weird, but you don't have to bring that home.
Go to his place.
Yeah, go to his place.
Yeah.
It's always easy.
But then it's weird because she's having sex with him. It's like having sex with her brother.
Ooh. The whole thing's really weird to me. I don't think it's that light.
I'm with Drew, though. I think she's reading a little too much into it. It just seems like, old people, they go a little batty after a while, too. Especially with
Over
women.
39,
menopause
right?
sets in, their mind starts turning to mush. Women are a little bit nutty anyway, and then the menopause sets in, and then all bets are off, yeah. Becca's 20.
You know, I get away from this show. I've been away for a while. I've been vacation and stuff, and practice medicine, get back into my real life. And it is startling to get back into this environment again. Introduce Becca again, will you please?
Becca.
Yeah?
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
My husband gets really turned on when I shave my pubic hair, and I don't like doing it, but he asks me all the time. And a sexual abuse counselor told me that his fetish comes from his attraction to young girls. And yeah, this really concerns me because we have 2 little girls. What should I do?
Why are you going to a sexual abuse counselor?
Because I was abused by my stepfather.
Okay. Well, we got to take a break. I'll tell you what my plan is, by the way, with all this molestation and whatnot. If I have a little girl, I'm going to stick hair down there when she's like 3. So anyone who gets a little weird on the schoolyard is going to be freaked out and just run. That's a good idea, Drew. You ought to do that. I will come back.
You're watching Loveline on MTV.
You can email us your questions at loveline3@aol.com. Please include your phone number.
Hey, more Loveline with Andrew Keegan. 10 Things I Hate About You, new Disney film. All right, when we left off, we're speaking to Becca. Becca was abused when she was younger.
Right.
Becca's goes to counseling. That's good.
Right.
Has 2 daughters, barely 20.
Yeah.
2 daughters. Has a husband who likes her to shave herself downstairs.
Yeah.
Has a counselor that says that's because he likes to fantasize about the young girls. Not necessarily true, but there could be some thread.
This is
of
again
truth.
that same circumstance where it's suspicious by virtue of who she chose to be with.
Right.
Yeah.
She is stuck in that developmental stage. She sees herself as a victim. She is that person who would choose a victimizer, we suspect.
Oh, now you made her cry, Drew. You happy?
It just breaks my heart
this
to
is
hear
so
the kids
sad.
involved in
And
it.
then on top of it, there's evidence. If you're married to a man and he wants you to do something sexually that you don't want to do, and he continues to ask you to do
Yeah,
it,
but she does
has your
it.
counselor explained anything about boundaries to you?
Not too much.
Well-
Just go with what I'm comfortable, I guess.
Well, Becca,
Uh-huh.
let's just, here's what we should do. We should try to figure out your husband.
Okay.
Is he a good guy?
For the most part, yeah.
How long have you been with him?
4 years.
When he's not good, what does he do?
He started being like a little bit physically abusive and emotionally abusive.
But just sort of light beatings, nothing major.
By the way, that's who he is. He is an abusive, physically abusive, emotionally abusive
What's this light
person.
abuse?
That is not a good guy.
Plus, he met you when you were 16?
Yeah.
How old is
he?
He was 16 when we met too.
Does he have any sexual abuse history?
Yeah, he does.
He was abused.
Yeah.
Oh, Becca, run.
Well, wait a minute. Why?
Oh, come on.
Well, no, him. Yeah, who
Come
abused
on.
him?
His cousin.
Male abused him.
A female.
Female
Oh,
abused
my
him.
God. Becca, open the door.
Well.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What,
Come on,
you
how
would've-
could this go right? And there's 2 little
Oh no!
girls
Listen,
in there.
it can't go right. But but listen, all marriages are either end in a divorce or death.
But
they really
marriage
will,
is
Drew.
one thing. It's the 2 little girls.
Yeah,
Like, even if she wants to
but-
entertain working this out, there are 2 little kids who are going to go through the same path you just went through.
But there is one positive element here that most of these situations don't have, is that Becca's under professional care. And there's an opportunity for supervision and maybe to get the husband into care and to couple circumstances. It's going to take a tremendous amount of resources and motivation on both of your part. But that is a requisite to making this a safe environment for the kids.
Well, Becca, do you ever talk to your husband about your concerns and about this stuff?
Yeah, I do, and he says that it's just because of my past and that I'm just overreacting and being paranoid and that I'm not interested in anything kinky and just on and on and on.
But he's being physically abusive, which is a real bad sign.
I mean, if you were inclined to leave, I would say, yes, Diane's advice is very solid. But if you were inclined to try to make this work, which I am always in favor of, I really am.
Okay, well, what about all the people that give the kids back to the birth mother who's a drug addict instead of the foster home?
But we don't have that, though. But we don't have that.
But a guy is physically abusive to her. Let's say he's not molesting the kids. The girls will grow up and marry someone that physically abuses them. Done. But never mind the molestation.
I understand.
I mean, they're trapped no matter what. They have maybe a 50% shot with mom by herself if she's in therapy and stays away from the rest of the guys. I don't see any hope.
Hey, Becca, but she may not be willing to end this relationship. Hey, here's the deal,
Becca. Or may find another one, or a worse one.
Yeah, well, this is another good scenario. Becca, a meteor could hit the planet, too. We could all go. Becca, you have two choices. Either you get out of the relationship or he seeks counseling
with you,
and goes with you and works on his past and you work on your past and together you work on your future and the physical stuff stops.
Yes. Okay. Becca, do you understand?
It's one or the other.
Yeah. Because it's not just your life, Becca. You will ruin these little girls.
Yes, and no more kids.
Yeah.
Please.
Please, okay?
Have the tubes tied and then cauterized and crazy glued, and then I want them run over with a truck. You hear me?
It is just. Can you guys kind of get in touch with how much pain there is in those sorts of situations and how much suffering children are going through on a daily basis being in these sorts of families? This is our country.
This worse and worse, too.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
This is why I want the guys who perpetrate this abuse, the slimy guy who got his hands on Becca 15 years ago, this is why I want this guy put down.
Yeah.
Because this is the gift that keeps giving. I mean, it's, you roll some guy, you conk him on the head, and you take his wallet. All right, he's back in 6 months or whatever it is. This has been 10, 15 years. Now she's going to, like some kind of family virus, pass this thing on to her 2 kids. We're going to have to deal with it as a society. This is a disaster. And I want people that perpetrate this just put down. Put them down.
They're just too light on sexual abusers. They should put them in jail, and there just should be no reason why to kill. Exactly.
Just kill them. We don't need them. You're broken. Doing that to a kid.
How could you do that?
It's pathetic. Lisa.
Yeah.
Hey.
What's going on? Who abused you?
Nobody. Well, I've got a hyperactive sex drive. I need to orgasm at least 5 times a day. I have a boyfriend, but I'm not sexually faithful to him because he's happy with having sex just a few times a week. I've never been faithful to any guy I've dated for this reason.
Wait a minute, wait. Nobody abused you?
Let's go back to Adam's question.
No.
Something happened, right?
Something happened.
I've never been faithful to any guy.
Well, there's a reason for that.
Well,
are your parents together?
Because they don't want sex enough.
No, that's not the reason.
No.
That's not the reason. That's what our culture would tell you the reason is, but that's not the reason. It's ridiculous. Unless you're bipolar, unless you're manic depressive, and you're just in an acute manic episode and making terrible choices. I mean, that happens. But other than that,
manic being the the important part of the manic phase for her.
Are you manic depressive?
No, not at all.
Are you an addict?
No.
Well, so what happened?
The only thing in my past sexually I can think of is that there was pornography in my house at a very young age. Not my parents, but I had an uncle that lived with us. And I mean, it didn't scare me, and he didn't force it on me. I found it, and I liked it ever since I was really young. And I've always been kind of into pornography.
So wait a minute. You say that you found this videotape by yourself and just put it on every day by yourself and watched it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was
videos.
Videos?
Well, videos, magazines.
Well, that's substantial. How old were you when that started?
Probably like 7 or 8.
And you didn't take anybody else from school to say, hey, look at this thing that I have that you can't see at your house?
No, because I thought it was bad, for anybody to know about it. So it was kind of like my little secret. Only recently, now that other adults are into pornography, do I share it with other people.
How old were you when you started having sex?
18.
Nothing before that?
Well, I heavy petting since I was 16, but... 16.
No, this is strange.
So there's no molestation?
No, I've never.
And what were your parents like?
They were strict, I don't know, not very affectionate, but.
And why was your uncle living with you?
Because he had just moved from another country and he was going to get established.
Is there alcoholism in your family anywhere?
No alcoholism.
Or addiction?
How old were you when you started needing 5 orgasms a day?
Oh, only since I've been masturbating since that age, since 7 or 8, but like a lot.
Having a sexualization at a young age can skew someone's orientation to their sexuality. It becomes an insatiable, like
Could we call this
hyper-excitable.
a fetish?
It sort of fits in the addictive or compulsive category, really, and it's an emptiness that never gets filled due to the pain and and it may have sort of a behavioral component to it. People think that sometimes, if the appropriate stimulus is provided at a certain age, these sorts of inappropriate
And mommy and daddy
kinds
weren't paying attention to her, so this
Yes,
is...
the vagina
substitute
becomes
for
like a
that.
bottomless well.
Right.
So it's
drop the penis in, it comes out in China.
It's
sticks
not
in
the
a guy's
usual.
ass.
It's not the usual thing we hear about on this show, but it is a problem, and she's going to have difficulty having stable relationships, being fulfilled, being gratified, feeling whole. I mean, these things are going to be real difficult issues for her going forward.
So she would have to spend some time like rehumanizing
Being
sex
intimate
and what
again.
it's about.
Go to SA.
SA is a way to do that.
Uh-huh.
They have these groups for sex addicts. It's
Yeah.
great. Oh, man. Imagine
You
what
sit
a
in
swinging time
sometimes in the
that
back, right?
Just waiting by the door for people to fall off the wagon, All right, Tim is on the phone. Tim is 21.
A couple of weeks ago, when I got out of the shower, I noticed a black ring on my scrotum, like someone took a black pen and drew a circle, and it's really freaking me out. What is it?
Were there 2 eyes drawn on the head of your penis, Tim?
What were you drinking the night before?
Yeah.
It may have been some sort of bizarre puppet show that you weren't aware of. Happened to me once. I had a little handkerchief tied around my penis and a straw hat on it. I thought, oh, man, I got to stop the boozing. Some kind of hoedown going on that I wasn't aware of. Right, Drew? All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back.
If you have a question for Loveline, you can call us 24 hours a day, 323-520-LOVE. Long distance charges may apply.
More Loveline with the ruggedly handsome Andrew Keegan.
Woo!
10 Things I Hate About You is the name of the new Disney movie. Tim is on the phone. Tim came out of the shower and noticed a black ring around his penis.
It was on my scrotum.
And you've
or on the scrotum.
Is it what color is your skin ethnically? What are you, a dark skinned
White.
person? You're not a dark skinned
No.
ethnicity? And you've never noticed anything there before?
No.
Have you ever looked there before?
Not really, but I mean, it really hit me. I mean, it just it stood out.
Well, you know what, Tim? We've all actually seen these rings before. You're not the only person, because somebody brought us photos one time.
Yeah, but this is on the scrotum, he said.
But he's so upset, like he's devastated, like
Yeah.
his scrotum is broken, and he wants
Yeah,
to send
well,
it back.
What do you mean hold on, what do you mean
Trade it in for a new one.
black ring on the scrotum? How's that work? What do you mean?
Is it around the top?
Yeah, it's right underneath the penis. If you took a black pen and drew a circle about a quarter of an inch wide, that's what it would look like. That's what it looks like.
It's not a ring, it's a dot.
No, it is a ring.
So it goes all the way around the top of both scrotum?
No, just right underneath the penis.
Okay, listen to me, jackass. Come over there. You're going to have a boot mark on that scrotum when I'm done with you. Just quiet down over here.
Mr. Carpenter.
It is, all right, we're totally off the penis. It has nothing to do with the penis, right?
Right.
We're
Right.
on to the scrotum sac.
Mm-hmm.
Does the ring go completely around the scrotum sac like a halo over
No.
your testes?
No.
Or is it just a circle like a dot, like a polka dotted
A
elephant?
quarter of an inch across.
Quarter of an
Right.
inch in circumference.
Right, it's underneath the skin.
Stay with my questions. It's just a circle, a spot.
Right.
And it's a quarter of an inch across.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's tiny, a tiny little circle.
Yes,
Right.
it's not a hoop that goes
It's
around.
not, it's not as though the line is a quarter of an inch thick going around your scrotum.
Right.
Right.
So there's
Right.
like a dark spot.
Yeah.
This is no big deal at all.
What
you
is
know,
that?
Somebody needs to look at it. I mean, I don't know what he's describing.
Well, could it
But
be
people have like brown spots. It sounds like a
Absolutely.
big
It could be a
freckle,
mole.
like
Could be a mole,
anything.
freckle. Yeah, it could be all
liver
kinds.
spot?
What do you think it is?
What do I think it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like somebody inserted something inside me.
Do you drink a lot?
Do aliens come to your house?
No. No, it's
Is that where you're going with this?
no.
What do you think happened?
It just appeared out of nowhere. I mean, I would have noticed it before.
All right, we got that. It's some sort of skin lesion. Maybe it's even a bruise or something. And we don't know what it is.
why does it look like someone inserted something into you?
Because it's underneath the skin. I mean, I can feel it. It's very flexible. I'm not trying to sound perverted,
Oh,
but
you mean
it's very
all right. It's as if something's under there.
Like a rubber ring under there.
right. Exactly.
Small rubber.
To go to the doctor.
I think it's ringworm.
No.
I think he's got a worm.
No.
You've been walking barefoot around Dog Duke or anything like that?
Could it be a clot that's just
You know what?
surfacing to the skin?
It could be. It could be a lot of. All I can tell you is, I've actually had on the radio. I've tried to make sense of these sort of things people describe. We actually had one guy come over and I looked at him. Remember, because he worked at the radio
Pulled
station.
the penis out.
Yeah, and it was totally.
I didn't go in the bathroom. by the
Totally
way.
different. People have no capacity to describe.
I'll
what
crap
it
in the
looks
hall. I think that was my last words. You kids run alone.
like. They have no capacity to describe what's going on in their skin. I mean, it's
Zero.
totally different.
Oh, well, this jackass. His first one is he had a ring around his penis. That was his first one. That was a ring around his scrotum. I was picturing Saturn. Basically, he has a spot on his.
Right.
And he needs to go to the doctor, and he's fine.
Go to the doctor.
Just have
Don't
somebody look
describe anything to him. Just go. Don't even talk to him. Put your nuts right through the male slot. Don't say anything. You can talk to him through the little hole. True.
Yeah.
Hold the book up. Now, usually we hand it to our guests. But
This is all a copy.
Andrew was only mediocre, so I think we're going to keep the. We're out of them, so we can't. No, I'll tell you, we'll give it to you, and then you got to give it back to us after the show. But
We'll
don't
just-
tell anybody.
Okay, I got you.
All right, there you go, Andrew Keegan, everybody. 10 Things I Hate About You. New Disney film. Look for it when it comes out. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew and Diane Farr saying mahalo.
Loveline is a Stone Stanley production. Yeah. Cool.